Hey there, connoisseurs. It's Rod with the Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community and the channel that was created by a retail investor for retail investors. Today is Monday. It's November 4th, election eve. Elections in the U.S. Eve, so we're going to be covering that heavily. It's going to be an exciting week. We also have FOMC meeting this week as well, and tons of earnings from MJ names that are coming up. We have earnings season approaching. So there's going to be a lot of things going on this week. We'll be covering all of it. And we also have the Florida vote tomorrow as well. So let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to see me do a live stream. I'm still trying to figure out all those details, but I hope you had a great weekend. In this video, we're going to be discussing the moves today. Why are we bouncing? I'll go over the reasons why, in my opinion. And let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there as well. Always love hearing from you. Before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And also as a public service announcement, I will be interviewing Chief Executive Officer Hugo Alves of Oxley. And that will be on Friday, November 15th. It's going to be in the afternoon, so I'll try to get it posted later on that day, if not early the following week. And then they also have their Q3 2024 earnings this Friday, November 8th, before the market opens. So if anybody does have any questions, I'm going to be dissecting those earnings, and I'm sure I'll have a couple more questions to add to the list as well. So make sure to get those over to me as quickly as possible. So here was a post. This was just I think like 14 hours ago or something like that. You can see here, I will legalize recreational MJ. This is coming from Kamala Harris's X account. Break down unjust legal barriers and create opportunities for all Americans to succeed in this new industry. So this is obviously a big reason why. This was at 3:01 p.m. November 3rd, so yesterday. And that would be Mountain Time. So 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And it says Harris and Walt agenda, legalize recreational MJ. So imagine if this would have happened in November, or, just like before the elections in 2020. If a presidential candidate posted something like this, we would have seen, 100, 200% moves in a very short period of time. And then today, this is an article from MJ Moment. Harris pledges to legalize MJ and create opportunities for all Americans to enter industry in closing argument before the election. We also had Joe Rogan and JD Vance discuss MJ and psychedelic drug policy. I posted a video on this. It's got almost 10,000 views. So I think that helped as well. And I got a lot of pushback on this one. A lot of people like the speed up version of videos, myself included. I listen to everything on 2x, time is money. I don't have time to be sitting here, watching a 3-hour. Why would I do that whenever I can absorb it at 2x speed? If you can't do 2x speed, if you can't do 1.5x speed, you can go here and you can slow it down. So if you want to always slow it down, you can go in here and change the speed to a little bit slower. That's always an option as well. But we need to start finding solutions and not just, I'm trying to get, everybody likes when the video's around 8 to 10 minutes. If they go over that, people complain. If I do it slow, people complain. If I do it fast, people complain. So you can't please everybody. Just try to be a problem solver, right? If it's too fast for you, just go and slow it down. If it's too slow, speed it up. Like, there's always a solution. You don't have to always complain. Just find a solution. It's usually right there in plain sight, usually not too far away from your own nose. So another reason why I think we're pumping, not just because of all these three things, while those are enough in itself, but also because crypto has been pulling back within $200, Bitcoin came within and hitting a new all-time high at 73,000, and then we pulled back. We're now at 67,000. So we're pulling back quite a bit in crypto, and we're pulling back quite a bit in tech, QQQ Trust. So why am I saying this? It's because we're starting to see more evidence and clues that MJ is probably going to go on a massive run once big tech, crypto, AI enters a bear market. And in a day like today, when tech started daily consolidation, losing the low of Friday, and crypto has been weak, what do we see on MJ? Well, we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing great signs that more than likely when big tech and crypto and AI tops out, that's usually when MJ we can expect to go. That's what happened in 2018 when Canada legalized. So that's what I think is going to happen. CGC had an absolute monstrous move today. We had a 15-minute bull flag rather. So I'll just draw this out again, just so everybody can kind of see it happen. So this is an example where I really like entries if you're looking at a potential swing trade or a short-term trade. I called this out in the POW Group private community today. I said this was a 15-minute bull flag as long as we held the 0.382 fib there on that 15-minute higher low in consolidation. 518 was the clear level. So we got as low as 522. You could have entered, set your stop just below 518, so risk a percent or two, and then you take your measured move from the low to the high, and then you move it out to your 0.382 fib. And we'll change that to green because this is a bull flag. And it said we were targeting about 570, 577, 578, and we hit 580. And then I had a couple people ask me as well, what now? Now that the target is reached on this 15-minute bull flag, what now? Well, pull back. When you see this happen, right? When you're going a very short period of time, you're up 22%. You had a brief higher low and a bull flag confirm. There's actually a bull flag down here as well, so 2 in a row. What's the most likely scenario? Probably a decent pullback. And then from the high to the low there, we pulled back about 6.5%. We actually confirmed a 15-minute downtrend with a lower high, lower low. And we're holding 15-minute, the EMA 12 here on the 15-minute time frame so far. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did come back down, test EMA 26 there around 524. I mentioned in the X post in the POW Group private community as well, watch 5-minute oversold for a nice bottom area and bounce opportunity. As you can see here on the RSI, we only hit 41. So if anything 30 and below is considered oversold. So right now, I think a 5-minute lower high is just the most likely scenario. We confirmed a 15-minute downtrend, probably going to backtest EMA 26 there on the 15-minute time frame. We could also still see a 5-minute EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. That's leading me to believe that we're probably going to come down to around that EMA 26 around the 15-minute time frame. It's not a guarantee. This is just technical analysis. I'm looking at multiple different signals, patterns, and technical indicators. And right now, it's looking like most of the most confluence we're seeing is a little bit more downside. So anything on this 15-minute bounce, we're getting it underway here now. Anything under 568 is just a 15-minute lower high in a 15-minute downtrend. So I would expect us to probably come down around that 524 area, which is at EMA 26. That would also probably put us at or around 5-minute oversold, which would be a nice temporary bottom and entry, in my opinion, if you're looking for a quick trade. Again, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just giving you my own thoughts and opinions. But if we kind of extrapolate that out, like I said, 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame oversold should be a nice area to target for a local bottom, and then we should see a pretty big move after that. If we do see 5-minute oversold and that EMA 12 and 26 bear cross rather, and we come down to around that 525 area, I wouldn't be surprised if we bounced another 6 or 8% after that. But again, as of right now, we're just waiting for this EMA 12 and 26 bear cross to happen, and then on the 15-minute time frame, like I said, more than likely going to back test that EMA 26. That should put us, like I said, in a nice area for 5-minute oversold. In terms of gainers on the day today, we have CGC, ACB, and TLRY leading the way today. And on the bear list, do we even have any? We have BAM and Oxley. Oxley's down 5%, but I can't wait to interview Hugo on that one as well. Exciting times. I think we had a POW algo buy alert go off on CGC as well. Just double checking. Yeah, we did. There was a buy alert that went off on October 26th on CGC. If you're not subscribed to the POW algo buy alert signal service, essentially you get early buy and sell signals to your email or in the POW Group private community if you're in there. But if you're not in the POW Group private community, then you would get it emailed. But if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just go to powgroup.ca or pursuitofwealthgroup.com. Both will take you there and you can check it out. But we're looking fantastic here on CGC. The MACD just crossed bullish on the weekly. Stochastics going parabolic. We're well above the 10-week moving average as well. And we could see a 50 and a 100 weekly moving average bull cross over the next few weeks. More than likely going to be Florida passing, I would think as well. I think it's going to pass in the mid 60 percentile. I'm going to say, somewhere around 63%, 64%. And we got the death cross out of the way. Now we're gearing up for a golden cross over the next couple of weeks as well. But like I said, nice to see MJ catching a bid whenever big tech and crypto are consolidating. Again, starting to really solidify our thesis that MJ is going to enter a multi-year bull market. It's not that it can't pull back if the S&P 500 and the broader market pulls back. It likely will. Check out the video I did. How will MJ hold up if the broader market, stock market crashes? It'll probably get hit pretty hard initially, but then it'll recover very quickly and then could go on to become one of, if not the best performing sectors over the next few years. But yeah, CGC, if we just zoom out here to the daily time frame and clear this up a little bit, we actually broke above our previous higher local high there at 572. So that was key resistance as well, and we had that. So not only was that key resistance, we had the 15-minute bull flag target that was met, right? So once you have that happen, you need to expect a pretty sizable pullback. And like I said, we pulled back about 6.5%, and it might not be over just yet. We're probably setting up for a daily inside bar into tomorrow with the elections, right? So one thing is for sure, we might not find out who wins the election in terms of the president, but we should find out tomorrow if Amendment 3 is passed. I looked it up and it said that it might take a little while, but I think we should find out at some point tomorrow evening, if not Wednesday morning when we wake up, whether or not it was approved or not. But if we take a look at the low of where we closed on Friday to the high of the day today, we were up about 20%. And then just in a few days, we're up almost 30%, just over 27%. So love to see it. TLRY catching a bit here as well. They're very similar here. If you look at the chart on the daily time frame, they're all very similar daily setups, CGC, TLRY. And the reason why they're catching a bigger bid is because they're listed on U.S. major exchanges, right? Not everybody can buy these names that are listed on the CSE, the Canadian Securities Exchange, or on OTC because of how manipulated markets are. But MSOS has it pulled back a lot, actually. On the daily time frame, pulled back like 17%, and then just over the last couple of trading days, it's up just over 10%. So we did have the EMA 12 and 26 bear cross on the daily time frame that occurred, and we saw a pretty big downside as a result, and now we're gearing up for a bull cross. So I wouldn't be surprised if the whole sector starts to see some major momentum going into tomorrow and into the Florida vote. These names in Florida, like obviously TCNNF, so TrueLeaf, the fact that we did pull back last week tells me that, this is probably a good sign, because this might not be a sell the news type of event now. Obviously, if it doesn't pass, then we're going to probably drop, 20%, I would think, but, just in a day. But I think it will pass. And at this point, the fact that we did see a pretty big pullback and weekly consolidation last week leading into this vote, I think that's a good thing. We even had support there at 1136, and it hit it at 1137 double bottom. So that was a nice entry there, clear stop level to go off of. And like I said, the fact that we did pull back and form that nice weekly higher low, double bottom right before the vote in Florida, I think is a good thing, because it's going to give us that bit of a breather that we needed for bulls to recollect themselves and then to break through resistance. Key resistance on deck is at 1378, and then we have 1450. So like I said, it's good that we pulled back for a nice, healthy weekly higher low ahead of that vote, so that if it does pass, we'll more than likely see a pretty sizable move, and it won't be a sell the news event, right? We might, pump, if Florida passes tomorrow, like these names could be up 20, 30% easily, right? Maybe even 40%, and just in a day. And then, we can still pull back 10, 20% after that, right? If you're up 40% in a day and the next day we pull back 20%, who cares, right? We're just up 40%. If you're up, 20, 30, 40% in just a matter of a couple of days, you need to expect a 10 to 20% pullback. It's almost, a guarantee. But nothing's a guarantee in the financial world. We know that. The only guarantee is there's no guarantees, but we can try to find the most likely probability, right? That's all technical analysis is. And, the markets, there's no certainties in life even, but, especially in the financial realm, right? We have to take it with a grain of salt, because it can always change, news, catalysts, etc. And, when we're, being a technical analyst and we're looking at these charts, it's just about having an edge, right? It's looking at 8 out of 10 indicators, signals, patterns. If, 8 out of the 10 are all bullish and saying we're going to, 10% higher, well, we're going to be bullish and expect 10% higher. If 8 out of the 10 indicators and patterns and signals that we track are bearish and we're saying we're going 10% lower, well, we're going to expect the lower end, right? So it's just about probabilities and odds and trying to get to the most likely scenario. All right, going in it there, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below if we're going to pass in terms of Florida. I also had a poll on X and also had a poll on YouTube as well over on the community page. So if you want to go check those out, you can cast your vote. But going in it there, it's Rod with Pow Group. It's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. But once again, thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. And I'll be doing live coverage as much as I can this week, as we have a jam-packed, super exciting week ahead. So FOMC, like I said, Florida vote. We're going to see who wins the presidency. Hopefully, there could be a while wait before we even figure out who that is, right? Because you need the votes, and then you need to win the electoral college as well. So it could be a while, but prepare for all scenarios. One thing's for sure, it's definitely going to be entertaining. All right, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again on the next video.